Welcome to the Middle Miles. The journey is the destination. Today I'm reviewing the Olight OSightX green dot. It's going to be mounted on my Smith & Wesson M&P 2 Carry Comp metal. I know it's a mouthful. Also, let's just clear this first, get all the legalities out of the way and move these things. If you're interested in creating your own IWB, OWB holsters for anything like this, flashlights, you name it, post it in the comments. I created a way to do this particular holster, which works fantastically. It has retention, it has kickoffs on it, super easy to do. Didn't take me more than a few hours, all the grinding and stuff. So if you're interested in making your own holster for pennies on the dollar, post it in the comments and I'll be happy to put together a tutorial video. It's not as hard as you would think, and 12-inch by 12-inch sheets of Kydex sell for $13 on Amazon, so you can do this at home. I want to start by saying I paid for this myself. I am not sponsored or affiliated with Olight in any way. I paid for this with my own money, but I will tell you, this optic does not disappoint. I do have several other Olight products, and I'm going to be reviewing all of those in time. By the way, Olight, if you want to send products my way, I will happily receive them. I like a lot of the things that they do. I like a lot of the products that they carry. Again, I bought them all on my own, and I'd be happy to review others. Just send them to me. I'm going to be covering basics of installation. As you can see, I already have this installed onto my firearm, and whether it's worth buying. So let's get right to it. What's in the box? And by the way, I'm going to put a little slideshow somewhere over here, just because I'm not going to cover everything the way that they have it, and it's always helpful. I do like the construction of how they send this to you. If you decide to change your optic out and want to store this, they give you a real nice Apple-esque way of doing these things. So you'll see from the pictures, you get a USB-C charging cable. That might not be the one from it, but it's USB-C to USB-C. They give you several pre-mounted, Loctited screw sizes. Now, I will disclaim for all of you, make sure you check your gun manufacturer's torque specs. These are going to be foot-pounds. Please don't confuse inch-pounds and foot-pounds. You will have a very bad day. Anyway, follow your manufacturer's instructions and torque the screws down properly. So, in the box, like I said, we have the screws, and then you have this nice little cutaway. Now, I will tell you, they give you a tool for adjusting your windage and elevation on the dot, which is super simple. One thing I have found, I will tell you that I have shot 1,000 rounds through this firearm. It does not lose zero. It holds zero very well. It's easy. I think it is, it's 1 MOA. You got to look it up. It might be 1 MOA or a half MOA per click. But look that up. Don't trust me on it. But anyway, back to my point. The tool they give you is kind of neat and all, but it's not very dexterous. It's not very easy to hold. What I do is I buy a little micro screwdriver, and when it comes to adjusting, this is a lot easier. So you have adjustments right here on the top. You get, maybe if I looked in this light here, you have adjustments here right on the top, and you have adjustments on the side. And bring that up to the camera so you can see. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the one thing I'm not going to do in this video is point through the optic. It never translates well. It's either going to be a giant green blur or something that you can't see or discern. There are several reticle options on this, and again, I'll post photos of what they come out to be. All in all, very happy. One of the unique things about this that I like, and as I said, this is USB-C charging, but like AirPods or earbuds, you have a case that you charge that is magnetic, and simply put the case in the right orientation onto the optic, and it charges. Now I will pull this off. Let's see if I can get this on camera. It will tell you what level of charge your optic is at. And at the moment, I think it showed it's at 100%. I will tell you, I have had this for a year. I have had to charge it one time. And it's had over 1,000 rounds in it. So the battery lasts a very, very long time. I'm very happy with it. Installation is very simple. I will tell you, with my M&P, I was given a lot of different RMR and RMSC style mounting plates. This is just something, this is what came on the weapon. I was fortunate to have Smith & Wesson send me all this, again, with the nice little case, but you may or may not have that. If you look really close, there is a plate under here. It is made out of plastic, but that does help hold the vibration, and I would not recommend mounting directly to the metal. It's just my opinion, but I think metal on metal causes vibrations, and then you're going to lose your zero. With the plastic plate in between the two pieces of aluminum here, or steel, I'm sorry, aluminum and steel, it has not budged at all. So very, very happy with it. As far as the performance goes, the brightness is excellent. It goes very low for nighttime scenarios, and I have used this in very, very bright scenarios, and had it outside. I don't exactly have a range I can bring this to that's close by. I have had it out to some property that we use, and I wasn't able to film there. But in midday bright sunlight, this thing can still be brighter than you need it to be. Visibility is great. The size of the picture window also is very great. Now, this may be on the larger side for, some of the RMRs out there, but, I'm a 50-year-old, and this is definitely easy to see. It is very easy for target acquisition and to get on. You have that muscle memory going, and once you have that muscle memory going, you're almost always going to be fixed in a standard spot. But this seems to call itself out very easily, and I don't have to sit there and mess around to try to find it at all. Beyond that, I'm going to say there are a lot of settings on this. So there is a shake to wake, and there's a timer on it, so it will save its own battery after, I think it's like 10 minutes of non-usage. It just turns itself off, and that's probably why I've gotten 11 months on one battery. The only con that I will say about this setup is there is no place to remove the battery. And some of you will probably be turned right off by that. For me, listen, the price point is fantastic. This is listing at $249. I paid $229 on like a sale. It wasn't like Black Friday or anything like that, just on a sale that I happened to be paying attention to. I paid $229 for it, and it works flawlessly for me. I'm very, very happy with it. Compare this to some of the other manufacturers out there, Hollow Sun or Trigicon, you name the brands, whatever. You're going to be spending more. You're going to be spending more money. Now, you may get that replaceable battery, sure. And also, I've seen a lot of those videos where they bash optics with bricks and rocks and things like that. I will tell you, I'm not going to do that. I don't break and waste things. However, I have accidentally dropped it, and there's not even a scratch on the thing. So for those professionals out there, military contractors, security people, etc. If you know it's going to get abuse, I can't really speak to it. I'm just, a professional DIYer and an enthusiast. So for me and for probably 85% of the population, this is going to work perfectly at a great price point. It's solid, it's reliable. You can rack it, buy the optic, no issues, no problems. I've done this many times. It has not lost zero. I shoot very accurate groups within 25 yards. I mean, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm not a 25-year-old. So I'm the limitation there, but I will tell you, it holds very tight, very steady groups for me. Other than that, I really wouldn't change anything else about this. I'm very happy with it. It's very simple. The controls on it are very simple. I could try to zoom in a little bit, but if you notice on the left side panel, you have plus and minuses. On the bottom of the box, there's a QR code if you're interested for the manual, but there are a lot of settings as far as changing the optic. It's, press and hold minus, and if you want to have the auto brightness adjuster turned on, then you would press and hold the plus. And what that basically does is, if I move my hand around, even in the video, you can probably see that it's lighter in some areas and darker in others. So that auto brightness will adjust the optic for peak performance in the lighting that it's seeing. Personally, I don't care for that. I don't want to wait for it to adjust itself. I set it to a certain brightness, which is usually right around the low middle of it, and that's probably what I would recommend, is somewhere on the low middle side, because it's still quite bright at that level. Works outdoors. It doesn't overglow if you're in a dark scenario. So for me, that covers the whole spectrum of my particular uses. Would I recommend this? Absolutely. Very happy with it. Who do I think this is for? I think this is for every one of us out there who are defending our homes, hobbyists, collectors. The only thing that I don't know about is the professional usage, so I'm going to not speak to that because that's not my alley. That's not my avenue. On a scale, I would rate this 8 out of 10. When you factor in price, when you factor in that I have an astigmatism and green works better for me than red, the usability, the duration I've had it, I'm hooked on it, and it actually influenced me to buy other OLight products, which I'm also pleased with. So this is, the first of many of the OLight products that I have. If you're interested, you'll notice there is a OLight Balder S on here. Again, if you want to see a review on that, let me know. Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, you're in the middle miles. Enjoy the now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.